So now what I do is with just a long button press on my left finger, I can be playing something, be holding the note out, keep playing that thing, and hold the button down while I keep playing, and that allows me to loop the last thing that I was doing while I'm still playing. So cool. So I wear 2 of these when I perform. While I think it's really awesome and revolutionary in itself that you have a ring that can control MIDI wirelessly via motion and multiple planes of motion too. It's pretty incredible, and how accurate it is, and the ability to reset your 0 point at any time is incredible. For me, the main feature, the thing that really revolutionizes my workflow, is the ability to have controls via buttons centimeters away from my thumbs. There's 3 buttons here, an up button, a down button, and a main button in the middle. And you can control even more than 3 functions from these 3 buttons via long presses, single clicks, and moment toggle features. And even more if you're switching presets. So when I'm playing something, and I'm here on the pad bed, if I want to start recording that, then I have to leave the pad bed and hit record over here. Now, that's not a big deal, but this is the same reason why people who loop things use foot pedals, because it frees their hands up to continue playing while they're handling some of their other controls via their feet. So effectively what I'm able to do is to take most of these controls that I would normally have to leave the pads to engage and putting them like a few centimeters from my thumbs. So starting with my right hand, I use these up and down buttons to control scene selection. So usually in between songs, like maybe I'm working with an artist, they're up the front of the stage talking or something like that, I'll like drop my hands below the table and I can just kind of glance over, and right now I'm clicking and searching for the next song. But the greatest part about that is in between my scene select buttons, I have a play button. And I can stop. It's really cool because you have not just these 3 buttons, but you can give a secondary function to them via a long press. You can click it for a single function, and for a secondary function, you can hold it down, program that to do something completely different. I do that with the middle button. I have it as play, and as holding it down, stop. The lower button, I have a different stop, which is a stop all clips, and when I long press it, and the long press of the top, scene select button is a reset of the actual fader, master fader. The left hand is a lot more creatively oriented. This is the one that helps with the fluidity and performance. Anything that I can do that keeps me in the flow, those are the things that I'm looking to implement into my set, into this huge live set. All of these things work in a way to keep me more in the flow. The biggest problem I have is, I'm using 9 different things, and when I want to get to the drums, which is something that I usually want to get to pretty quick, like I'm playing something over here, and then I want to get to the drums really quick, I have to click on the 8th track and then use the cursor button to go over, and that's not really intuitive. Again, you might say, well, stop being lazy, just do the thing, but it's not about laziness. It's not about not wanting to hit buttons. It's about the things that take away time from you performing. I need to be playing something and go seamlessly into the drum part. And seamlessness is something that a couple button presses can easily interrupt. My top and bottom buttons I use for quick selection of my most used instruments. So most importantly, starting with the drums. If I'm playing this instrument, I can hit this button and I'm immediately at the drums. And then another button press gets me all the way back to my first instrument. So I can be there, click the button, and now I'm right? Super, super dope. The bottom button I have for my favorite lead here. And I love that sound. So I want to be able to access that really quickly all the time. And then lastly, I have, with a long press, I can get to my talk box. So I'm here at this instrument and I'm getting ready to play talk box. I'm doing this action here and I just hold the button down and now I'm... What's really cool also is with my talk box, vibrato is a very important part of talk boxing. So DiViNCi has programmed the ability to wiggle your finger and that control pitch and effectively control vibrato. So those are my instrument navigation buttons. I saved the best for last though, and that is this middle button. So usually when I'm improvising, I'll treat session view in Ableton as a looper. I don't use like a looper plugin per se, but I use all the clip slots as a means to loop what I'm playing live. There's the ability to just tap and I'm recording. That's incredible. But since Ableton Live 10 came out, there's this other feature that was implemented called Capture, which effectively records all the MIDI you're doing at any given time, always. And by hitting Capture, you are able to access the last bit of what you played and loop it. This is a game changer, not just on stage, but in the studio for me, because how many times are you playing something and you're like, oh, that was the take, I gotta record it again, and you don't get the take. Super, super useful to me in every aspect. It's probably my favorite feature of Ableton. And for that reason, I have programmed it into the middle button on a long press. Usually the way that you'd capture something is you're playing something and you are like, oh, that was cool. You stop playing and you hit record and then hit the new button. That doesn't work for me. So now what I do is with just a long button press on my left finger, I can be playing something, be holding the note out, keep playing that thing, and hold the button down while I keep playing, and that allows me to loop the last thing that I was doing while I'm still playing. So cool. So how the capture function works with the ring is I could literally just mess around here. Drums. Loops it up. Go to bass. And capture it. Let's say I don't like that. I delete it. While I'm playing, hold it down. And then it's got it all. I can go to other instruments with the ring.